Hello, my friend. Welcome to another English learning video. In this video, you can improve your English with a beautiful story. And if you want, you can also practice shadowing. What does that mean? It means you listen carefully and then repeat after me. I will tell you story sentence by sentence. You can pause the video after each sentence, then try to copy my voice, my speed, and my pronunciation.
Today, I have a story about Emma. She is 22 years old. She is a student. Emma goes on a school trip to America. She thinks it will be boring, but she is wrong. She meets Jake in New York. He is handsome. Let's see how the story will end. Are you ready? Let's begin the story. The beginning. My name is Emma Johnson. This is a story about my school trip to famous places in America. I am 22 years old. I study at California State University. Our teacher, Mrs. Brown, told us about the trip. We will visit many amazing places, she said. I was excited. I love adventure and travel. There were 20 students in our group. I packed my bags with clothes and camera. My best friend Sarah was coming too. The bus came early in the morning. It was big and blue. The driver was Tom. He smiled and said, "Ready for adventure, kids?" We started from Los Angeles. The road was long but beautiful. I saw mountains and deserts. Sarah and I talked about fun things. Tom told us stories about his travels. Each place has its own magic, he said. This made me excited about our trip. I looked out the window and watched the sunset. The sky was orange and pink. This was going to be the best trip ever.
New York City. We reached New York City at night. The city was full of bright lights. Buildings were very tall. I had never seen anything like this. Our hotel was in Manhattan. Our room was on the 10th floor. Sarah and I could see city lights from our window. We went to Times Square. There were many people everywhere. Street performers were singing and dancing. The energy was amazing. We visited the Statue of Liberty. We took a boat to the island. The statue was huge and green. We climbed stairs to the top. At lunch, we ate hot dogs from a street vendor. A young man named Jake was selling them. He had kind eyes and a nice smile. Jake told me he was a student too. He worked to pay for college. We talked for 10 minutes. He was funny and smart. He asked for my phone number. That evening, Jake texted me. He asked if I wanted to see Central Park. I was nervous but excited. Central Park romance. I met Jake at Central Park. He brought yellow roses for me. Yellow means friendship, he said with a shy smile. We walked through the park slowly. There were families and children playing. The trees were green and beautiful. Jake showed me the fountain. We sat on a bench and talked about our dreams. He wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to travel and write. It started to rain lightly. Jake put his jacket around my shoulders. We ran under a big tree. We were laughing. Under the tree, we stood close together. Jake looked into my eyes. "Emma, I feel something special," he said. He kissed me softly. It was my first real kiss. The rain made everything magical. This was the most romantic moment of my life. We promised to stay in touch. I knew this was not goodbye forever. Miami Beach. Our next stop was Miami, Florida. The weather was hot and sunny. The ocean was blue and beautiful. We stayed at a hotel near the beach. Our room had a view of the ocean. On the beach, the sand was soft and white. Jake surprised me with a text. He was flying to Miami to see me. I could not believe it. My heart jumped with joy. Jake arrived that evening. We walked along the beach holding hands. The sunset painted the sky pink and orange. We had dinner at a restaurant by the water. We ate fresh fish. Jake said, "You make me want to be adventurous." We danced to live music on the beach. The moon was full and bright. Jake spun me around and we laughed. We talked until sunrise. I knew I was falling in love with this wonderful man. Las Vegas magic. Our group flew to Las Vegas. I was sad to leave Jake again, but excited for adventure. Las Vegas was different from other cities. There were bright casinos and shows. The city never slept. Our hotel was on the famous Strip. Every building had flashing lights. They were replicas of famous places.
We saw a magic show with amazing tricks. The magician made a white tiger appear. Everyone cheered and clapped. We watched the fountain show at the Bellagio. Water danced to music. It was like a water ballet. That night, I video called Jake. "I miss you," he said. We talked for 2 hours. We visited a mall with an indoor roller coaster. I rode it 3 times. It was fast and exciting. The Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon was 3 hours from Las Vegas. Tom told us it was one of the most beautiful places on Earth. When I first saw the canyon, I could not speak. It was huge. The rocks were red, orange, and brown. Our guide was Maria. She told us stories about her ancestors. They believed this place was sacred. She said, "We hiked down into the canyon. It was difficult, but amazing. At the bottom, there was a river with clear, cold water. I called Jake from a quiet spot. I wish I could see the canyon with you," he said. As we climbed back up, the sun was setting. The canyon walls turned red and gold. It was the most beautiful sunset ever. Chicago adventures. Chicago was cold and windy. We stayed near Lake Michigan. The lake was huge, like an ocean. We visited the Willis Tower. We took an elevator to the top. The view was amazing, but scary. We stood in glass boxes that stuck out from the building. You could look straight down. It was thrilling. We saw the famous Cloud Gate sculpture. It was like a giant silver bean. We took funny photos. We tried deep dish pizza. It was thick like a pie with lots of cheese. It was delicious. Washington, D.C. History. Washington, D.C. was the capital of America. The city was full of monuments and museums. We visited the White House. It was smaller than I expected, but impressive. I felt patriotic. The Lincoln Memorial was my favorite. The statue of President Lincoln was enormous. He looked wise and kind. We saw the Washington Monument. It was a tall tower. At night, it was lit up and looked magical. At the museums, we saw dinosaur bones and space shuttles. I dreamed about being an astronaut. I called Jake from the Lincoln Memorial steps. He said I sounded more confident.
San Francisco ending. San Francisco was our last stop. I felt sad the trip was ending. The Golden Gate Bridge was beautiful. It was bright red and stretched across the bay. We rode cable cars up steep hills. It was like a roller coaster. We saw sea lions at Fisherman's Wharf. They were sleeping on docks in the sun. We visited Alcatraz, the old prison on an island. It was scary and cold. On our last evening, I climbed Twin Peaks. The whole city spread below me. Lights twinkled like jewels. Jake surprised me with a phone call. "I am flying to San Francisco tomorrow," he said. My heart filled with joy. Jake arrived the next morning with flowers. We spent the day walking around the city. When it was time to leave, he kissed me goodbye. "This is just the beginning," he whispered.
As our bus drove home, I looked back at the city. This trip had changed my life forever. I had seen amazing places and found true love. Analysis and reflection on Emma's journey, a story of love, adventure, and self-discovery. Emma's narrative is more than a simple travelogue or romance. It is a cohesive coming-of-age story structured around a classic American road trip. The journey serves as a powerful metaphor for her personal growth, transitioning from a student with a love for adventure to a young woman who has experienced profound emotional connection and self-assurance. The story effectively uses the backdrop of iconic American landmarks to chart this internal evolution, making it both engaging for language learners and rich in thematic material. Structure and pacing. The story follows a clear linear path, mirroring the physical itinerary of the trip. Each city represents a distinct chapter in Emma's development. New York symbolizes the thrilling shock of the new and the spark of romantic possibility. Miami embodies the warmth and intensity of burgeoning love. Las Vegas offers spectacle and fun, a brief interlude of pure excitement. The Grand Canyon provides a moment of awe and perspective, connecting her to something ancient and larger than herself. Chicago and Washington, D.C. represent urban energy and historical grounding, respectively. Finally, San Francisco serves as the poignant endpoint, a beautiful city of hills and bridges that perfectly mirrors the emotional highs and connections of her journey. This geographic structure provides a natural and easy-to-follow framework for the listener or reader.
Character development and voice. Emma narrates with a voice that matures subtly throughout the story. Initially, her excitement is generic. I love adventure and travel. As the trip progresses, her observations become more personal and emotionally charged. Notice the difference between her description of New York's lights, "I had never seen anything like this," and her reflection on the Grand Canyon, "I could not speak." The latter indicates a deeper, more humbled engagement with her experiences. Her relationship with Jake acts as a catalyst for this growth. Through him, she doesn't just see places. She experiences them romantically, Central Park, Miami Beach, and shares them emotionally, the video call from the canyon. Jake's remark in Washington, D.C. that she sounds more confident is a key indicator of this change, observed from the outside. Themes for language learners. This story is expertly tailored for English acquisition. It employs present and past tenses naturally, offers rich but accessible descriptive vocabulary, e.g. bright lights, soft sand, huge canyon, steep hills, and introduces common conversational exchanges. The romance plot is universal, providing emotional stakes that make the language more memorable. Furthermore, the shadowing practice suggested at the beginning is perfectly supported by the text's sentence structure, which is often concise and ideal for repetition and pronunciation work. The cultural tour of the U.S. also embeds learners in a context, teaching them about landmarks like the Statue of Liberty, Deep Dish Pizza, and the Golden Gate Bridge within a narrative, which is far more effective than a list. The romance as a narrative driver. While sweet and straightforward, the romance with Jake is crucial. It transforms the trip from a passive sightseeing tour into an active, personal quest. It creates anticipation. Will she see him again? Provides emotional contrast, the sadness of leaving him versus the excitement of new cities, and elevates the stakes of the journey. Their relationship progresses in tandem with the trip. A tentative meeting in New York, a magical first kiss in Central Park, a deepening connection under the Miami moon, and a committed reunion in San Francisco. It bookends the narrative perfectly, starting with a chance meeting and ending with the promise, "This is just the beginning." Symbolism and imagery.
The story uses simple but effective imagery. Weather and light often reflect Emma's emotional state. The romantic rain in Central Park, the hot Miami sun, the glittering lights of Vegas and San Francisco, the majestic sunset at the Grand Canyon. The yellow roses Jake offers are a beautiful, subtle touch, symbolizing friendship as a foundation for something more. The recurring motif of viewing cities from heights, the hotel window, the Willis Tower, Twin Peaks, symbolizing Emma's gaining perspective, both literally on her trip and figuratively on her life. Conclusion. In essence, Emma's story succeeds because it intertwines external adventure with internal discovery. For the language learner, it provides a compelling, emotionally resonant container for new vocabulary and grammar. Beyond the educational utility, it is a well-paced tale that captures the feeling of youth, the thrill of travel, and the transformative power of connecting with both place and person. The final line perfectly encapsulates the dual meaning of the journey. She returns home having seen amazing places, the physical adventure, and found true love, the personal revelation. The trip, therefore, becomes a defining chapter, launching her into a wider world filled with both geographic and emotional landscapes to explore.